we are talking about the RLDL Booyah Challenge. It starts tomorrow. We're ready. So much fun it's going to be to do this with 6 YouTubers on 5 different states, 3 long, 1 bait, and that bait again is the Booyah Firebug Pond Magic Spinnerbait. It's a 3/16 ounce. We're all using the same bait. We're all excited to get this thing done. So super fun. Hey, straight to the point outdoors. Glad to have you here. Excellent. It's really close. I mean, we're right there, ready to start the challenge. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've got our the competitors are in 5 different states. There's 2 in Indiana, 1 in Illinois, 1 in Michigan, 1 in Tennessee, and 1 in the great state of New York. So together, it's going to be weather is going to be different for all of us. The fishing conditions are going to be different for all of us. It's really interesting to see where this all goes. We're all trying to catch the 3 longest bass, whether largemouth or smallmouth, um, with this one bait, which is this pretty slick little bait. It's a different type of spinner bait than what I normally use, which I usually use one that doesn't have the painted blades, but this specifically should do well in stained water, which is going to be kind of interesting to see how that works across the board. So we're waiting for things to get going here. Just wanted to talk about this event and get a little idea about, how it got going, like where it came from. So this idea of doing a challenge, a tournament of sorts, kind of emanated to something that I do with a group of guys when we go up to Minnesota and fish. So we take a group of 10 to 12 guys up there, and once a week we have one day and we do a fishing tournament. And we've been doing that for well over a decade now. And it seems to just be so much fun just to have a friendly challenge between friends. And so it was really neat to see. We took kind of a gamble and sent out packages to everybody. Everybody jumped right in right away saying, yeah, let's go for it. And we've got some really good fishermen here. No doubt about it. Top of the line. If there's fish to catch with this bait, they're going to catch it. That is where we're at right now. It's definitely something that we're excited about doing. We think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be challenging because it's April, and today it snowed here. That means people to the north, it's been cold. In our area, it's been cold. People out east, it's been cold. And then we have Tennessee that's warmer. So it's just weather, locations, whether we're going to get the fish to bite. Now, tomorrow looks a lot better temperature-wise. We do have some chance for some rain and some wind and stuff over the next week here, but it's a whole week-long challenge from Sunday to Saturday. So excited to see what everybody puts together. We are going to be giving live information about who's got the certain catches, what links they've got so far. We're going to be all over it. Yes, the weather has been all over. Like totally tomorrow is going to be a great day compared to the day I tried to fish today. And I don't know, I stood out off the River Greenway and tried to fish in the Wabash River for about 2 hours, and I might have got a bite one time, never got any action. Was using a swim bait because I'm refusing to throw a spinner bait until it's challenge time. So otherwise I'd have been looking at that. Did throw a Ned rig for a little bit, no action. But you're standing in the middle of a snowstorm and it was ridiculous. So it's going to be so interesting. We're going to have a warm up across the country really, and see where that all gets out. So Man, it's going to be so much fun. We have such great people here. Hey, Puddle Walkers, thanks for joining on Instagram. How are we doing? Ready for the challenge? Let's see if you are. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think you're going to get into a mess of fish through this with this bait. I think we all are. Hey, live the fish. No, you're never late. Still got a couple hours to get yourself ready for the challenge. I mean, you can turn a fish in if you catch it after 12:01. All right. But no, super fun. This is just going to be a blast. I'm just going to be so interested to see the pictures and videos of the fish, and all the content that gets created. Yeah, I really thought I would find one. I don't know why they weren't biting today, other than it just wasn't the right day. But no, that's awesome that you were going to pick the swim bait too. I went and bought a bunch of them as in case I was going to get into some action, and I left the same one I started with. So at least I didn't lose any this time. That was a good thing. Last time I lost two of them and realized I needed to go buy some more. So always good. Nothing like keeping the tackle companies in business. Also bought extras of these for myself because I'll probably lose a couple, especially a couple places I want to fish. There's lots of woods and snags and all that stuff. And who knows, probably will catch a duck box or something like I've done in the past with spinner baits, and either find myself wading in cold water or just breaking it off and anointing that duck box with a spinner bait on top of it. You've already tucked in for a night. That's pretty funny. That's all right. I should be in bed too, especially if I want to be hopping through a bunch of small ponds tomorrow. That's going to be my goal. Yeah, definitely arm yourself with some extras, because who knows, the first one, my luck is the first one I'll catch out, I'll snag something, and then then it would be that day. So I'm gonna be carrying 4 of them around with me, and if I have extras when it's all done, I'll probably end up giving them away. So we'll see how that goes. I just noticed that our local Walmart like totally restocked that the specific type of bait, and now there's like 8 of them there. I thought that was kind of funny. They probably like, whoa, some dude like came in and bought a whole bunch of them, and then like responded, "This has got to be the hottest bait on the market here in Bluffton." So watch out, things are going to be going. So. Let's just talk about the challenge. Again, talking about this idea came from fishing tournament that I do on our Minnesota trip. Just a lot of fun. Wanted to bring some YouTubers in, people that have been active in the channel, and that we really like to learn from. So, PuddleWalkers has already got tomorrow and Wednesday down as the clutch days. That's when the big fish are going to be hitting. So watch out. We're either going to start off with a boom, or we're going to be waiting until the middle of the week. I know for myself, most of my actions water time is going to be tomorrow and Monday. So we'll see where that goes. And then like every evening beyond that. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes. Definitely excited. No, he's on Instagram. So yeah, it's Craig in here. No, he's on our other thing. So I've got like 3 different lives going here. I'm on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Maybe grab Greg and you can hop over from the gram into the YouTubers world here. If you want to join us there, no matter what. Yeah, no, it's one of the things I've been trying when I'm going to do lives. I try to hit all the different things, which it's interesting. I'm learning different ways of trying to. This time I just got them all open, so I don't know if that's going to work better. I've tried a third party called Restream, but the chat feature does not work in that very well. It'll work well for one type, but not for the other. So that a lot of people use the what the other one, the one with the duck, but I'm not ready to spend money on it, so that's kind of interesting. But yeah, again, it's about challenge time. We're literally hours away from hitting the water as a group. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to have a blast. Again, hitting the water strong. My thoughts right away. Yeah, StreamYard. Thank you. One with the duck. Literally, I was just watching Angling Spiders live. That was pretty cool to watch that, all their giveaway stuff. They had such an awesome channel. Shout out to them. And they were using StreamYard, and I should have remembered what it was called, not the one with the duck on it. That's all right. Hey, Xander. Nice. Thanks for joining on Instagram. That's awesome. We're super excited to be part of this. I'm super excited about what it'll bring to the community, what it'll bring to our channels as a collective. Hopefully, it's a lot of fish. It's a lot of content. It brings a lot of things about this bait. Hopefully, this bait makes the live to fish wall as a successful fish and or successful bait and not a bust. Hey, there we go. He is changed over. Not to lose you on one platform to another, but thanks for coming on over and saying hi. Awesome. Again, this is going to be so much fun. I'm super excited. I hope each one of the contestants is. I hope everybody that gets a chance to watch will see this, and we'll be able to expand it in the future. So if we do this again, some sort of tournament like this again, maybe something in the fall. I've been already kind of spinning this idea about doing something with the Mighty Whopper Plopper in early fall, something like that would be super fun. So who knows? We might be doing something again. We'll have to figure that out, but I would like to expand it out in the future to more contestants. But at the same time, keeping it in a manageable amount. I don't want it to be a wide open tournament either. So just a fun group, challenging each other, pushing each other. And it's really going to be fun. Starting tomorrow, we're going to start seeing fish and links start to come in. And I've already put the Excel chart together. It's going to be super fun to start plugging numbers in there, seeing who takes the lead right off the bat, where that all goes, see how the week runs, see when people are fishing, when they're not fishing, all that good stuff, and see if we're all having luck at the same time. Maybe our special day is going to be a certain one evening, and all of us are just going to smash the big ones that day. It's going to be very interesting to find that out. Again, we're throwing just one bait, and it's a finesse spinner bait. Booyah makes excellent spinner baits, by the way. We use them pretty much between them and Strike King is what we normally purchase. And I think this will be interesting because, again, I don't normally use this type of baits. I don't know, but a couple of people have already said that it's a great one. So we're going to go with, hey, we're going to catch some fish. Hopefully we get some really big ones. I want to see a PB get caught by one of us using that bait. I think it's extremely possible, being that we're fishing in April. If we get into the real feeding frenzy, chunking up pre-spawn activity that we think should happen, I think it's going to be excellent. Now let's catch up here on some comments. Uh, it's again, it snowed here today. I tried to fish in the middle of the snow. Yeah, it's tough. Live the fish. I know, but don't give up. You've 3 fish. They might all be massive. I saw your first fish of the year. If you catch that 3 times, you're right in the thick of it. So pretty dang awesome there. Um, thanks, thanks about the bait size. Yeah, I'm excited about it. I like, matter of fact, I like fishing with medium light or light action gear on my spinning rods. So I think this really fits well into something. And if it works, it's going to stay right in the repertoire for it. But definitely cool on that. Yep. So you like the little bit bigger size, the 3/8, which would be the next size up. That's definitely where I have. As a matter of fact, I have one in the bag next to me in my spinnerbait bag. That very size, and I think it's in the white and silver. But one of the things with spinner baits, and watch this video. Thanks to Live the Fish for tagging me in it. That talked all about the different types of spinner baits and how they run. I didn't know there was that much information out there. That was kind of interesting. But I've always preferred to throw a spinner bait with the little Colorado and the long willow blade on them. So this fit the mold. That was one of the reasons for picking this bait, because it fit that mold. Because I think that speed, definitely where I fish, seems to be the right thing. And evidently that, yes, Tactical Bassin, that was such a cool review of spinner baits. And I didn't know, I evidently, who River to Sea makes an amazing slow rolling spinnerbait. Not only do they bash it on the Whopper Plopper, but they also have some sort of like super special flexible bladed spinnerbait that's so really cool on that. So interesting to see that information and learn about that. But again, I like fishing with light, either light or medium light action spinning gear most of the time. It just makes the fishing, catching, fighting the fish seems more fun. I think this bait, specifically size and everything, fits right into that. Yes, and if there is a key with spinning baits, is slow it down. There's a time for burning. But I think there's definitely, like right now, it's about how slow you can go and how you can fit it right against that shoreline for as long as possible to try to get that fish to come up and strike it. And I think that's going to be a big deal. Again, right off the bat, I'm going to be pond hopping. So I've got 4 or 5 ponds I want to hit tomorrow. All not that far from us, all public ponds area. I want to see if I can get them in those kind of shallower, warmer bodies of water and see what happens there. And who knows, might then, if it's struggling, then I might turn for smallmouth. So I don't know. In my mind, I'm kind of like game planning and seeing where I'm going, what am I going to do, and then what that does is going to depend on what I do then Monday. So really would love to go to a big bass water area for on Monday, but I'm not sure if it might point towards smallmouth bass fishing and not largemouth, depending on how Sunday goes. So we'll see where that rolls out. That's interesting. So letting it pause for a second. Yeah, that's kind of the same technique I do with the twister tail grubs, is like some sort of rhythm where it's 1, 2, 3, stop, 1, 2, 3, stop, or 1, 2, stop, depending on the water, how frequent you want to do that. That's interesting that you get the reaction bites on the spinnerbait doing that. I like to change the rod direction or change the bait to get about the same thing. I think the bait kind of pauses and flitters when you change. So a lot of times when I'm bringing a spinnerbait, I'll have the rod to the left, and then I'll move it to the right, and then move it back one time. So a 1, 2, 3 on my retrieve. Seems probably do the same thing as the start and stop feature. Um, but oh, I don't know if it's sometimes you wonder if those things are why they bit. I know I was watching a YouTube video a while back, and they were talking about, well, okay, but you had your comfortable bait with your best colors and everything, and you fished that, but would that fish really have bit the other colors, or would it have not? Or would it have been another bait altogether? And it's hard to tell because there's no scientific way to find out whether this bait will catch them, or if you could have caught that fish with any bait that very day. That's kind of interesting. So maybe that's the thing. We're going to find out who can make this bait sing the best. I think that's going to be something interesting to think about. Is, one of us is going to have that reel speed and that just the line and everything set up, and one of us is going to make this thing sing a little bit better than the rest of us. We'll find out. Again, results are going to start coming in, and I'm really hoping for a PB for somebody in the tournament. I'm really hoping that we see see just a um, great response across the board. I want to see each one of us push each other. I want to see us working hard to try to win, and having fun doing it. It's all about fun. We're all trying to have fun. I think it's going to be great to see everybody out on the water early in the season. The best of the best fishing time is still for all of us coming this way. It's in our future. And this is hopefully that mega kickoff. I mean, we start getting lots of fish, got see where we fall, find out, learn something about the waters that we're fishing by just using one bait. Maybe we'll break down the pond a little bit better, or break down a body of water a little bit better, because we're just not worried about what bait to throw, but we're worrying about where to throw it, or how to bring it in. We'll probably all be way better spinnerbait fishermen. I know FishSmack is not here yet. I think he, of all of us, was most worried about fishing a spinnerbait because he evidently has never done it before. So he was going to put himself through a spinnerbait boot camp getting ready. So that's going to be very interesting. By the time it's done, maybe he will love spinnerbaits, and we'll see it from here on and on his channel, or maybe he'll find out that he was just better at the other stuff, and we'll find out for sure. I think it's going to be super fun. Again, I wish the best weather that we possibly have. I hope, I know we're supposed to have wind, so not super excited about that. But our temperatures don't go up this week, and we might have some thunderstorms and stuff. So hopefully we don't lose our weather, or lose our river levels that we've got right now, which are really good. So if the fish turn on it, then we should be right in the right time, right in the right river level. So hopefully you don't get a flood out during the middle of the week or something that would ruin that type of stuff. Plus, just a little heads up. So I put out, I'm a part of a downtown revitalization group here in my hometown, and we had a giveaway, or a silent auction. and I put in a guided fishing trip. So really the first time I've ever really done anything like this. Put that in there. Got two guys that are really super excited about it, and we're actually going out on Saturday, hopefully, on the Salamone River, searching for smallmouth and white bass and crappie. I'm really hoping the water level stays. Otherwise, we're pushing it back till May. But one way or the other, it's going to be super fun. But it will also be the wrap up event, wrap up fishing event for me for the Booyah Challenge. We'll be doing that. So no matter what, I'll be ending it looking for a big smallmouth, hopefully. So we'll see what happens. But this bait will be throwing trial while doing that. Well, hopefully they're catching fish. And if it gets pushed back because of water levels, then I'll be back doing the things I've already done, most likely. Yeah. I've always used the spinnerbait in the situation when it's cold. I've always used the spinnerbait as my first bait of the year, looking for that one or two bass in every body of water that are going to bite. I feel that when I put a spinnerbait out, I'm going to catch them. And I agree. It's like I many times in April, I've walked around a pond with a spinnerbait on and found those one or two fish that are going to bite. And I believe that fully that is how it's going to work. And we're just going to pick them out, and somebody is going to catch some tanks. And again, hope it's going to be a PB for somebody. It's that time of year. I hope somebody gets to see it happen. The toughest loss I had last year was on a spinnerbait. I was rolling it in. I mean, it was 10 feet from me. Big old fish rose up, grabbed it, rod bent, and the spinnerbait came flying out. But all you saw was a mouth like this going at it. But hopefully we get some super awesome stuff. Hopefully the fish all cooperate across the board. So we got a lot of good stuff. Yeah. See, I don't know what is with me, but I seem to have lots of strikes at my feet when fishing from the shore. So that's a good thing. I must keep the bait in the water correctly so that happens. But a lot of times you can't set the hook on them, and you see all the gracefulness of the fish and all that, but you don't get them. So, but yeah, wish each and one of you luck in this as contestants, and I hope across the board people have fun watching this. I hope each one of our channels has some awesome content, and again, looking to repeat this maybe this fall, maybe next year, keeping something like that going, looking at growing it a little bit, extending out to more channels to expand it. It's really interesting to do across the country and not just do like a Northeast Indiana fishing tournament or something like that where everybody would be in the same conditions. It's really interesting because it's like you got to do like golf announcers view of well, so and so's on the 12th green and the wind's blowing from 20 miles from the east, and oh, so and so's in the woods and they've got to make a hard shot. It's just something like that. I mean, we're all going to be in different conditions at different times. It might be pouring down rain here, and it might be perfectly sunny somewhere else. And the big fish are biting now in Illinois, but they're not over in Indiana or whatever. I mean, we're just going to see it happen throughout the week. I want everyone to catch multiple fish, to fill up my Excel chart. I'm excited to fill that in and see how the leadership goes across the week. I do plan on giving some sort of announcement, whether it'll just be on social media and maybe like a midweek live, just to show where everybody's at. And then obviously we'll be talking about the winner at the end of it all. So looking forward to those photos, those videos, all that good stuff about the challenge. So much fun. Again, why why continue to be a YouTube fishing channel? Can be put together in just a couple bullet points. One, love fishing. Two, love the fishing community that I've got to meet because of it. And that's it. That's what it's all about. You love to do it and you love the people that you get to meet. Hope to continue these relationships for a long, long time. I've already learned so much from you guys, and hopefully I can show you a few things as well. I know that the one thing that's been the toughest about being a YouTuber is watching people in the South start catching the big fish and feeling like, oh, I got to go do it now, and not being able to hold that back. Like, well, remember they're a whole month ahead of us or whatever, and it'll come, and this whole thing's going to happen, and then we'll get our shot at it. That has been the challenge, but it seems like every year I start too early, and then get right into the thick of things, but that's what we do as fishermen. We try to push ourselves. Been thinking hard about doing some of those, like the Helgramite, that seems to work fairly well in streams earlier in the year. Giving that more of a try versus swim baits seem to work pretty good for smallmouth in our area, but they're obviously not the best of the best things. So yeah, December in Florida, it's just crazy, isn't that? Yeah. It starts so weird, but that's also why the Bassmaster Challenge stuff starts when it does and where it does, and works its way up to its last things up on the north side, because they follow the spawn, um, and they want the best of the best of the best fishing going on when they're in the areas. And I was like, the story, if you saw my Facebook post, when we were going down to Florida, pulled up in the gas station at 3 o'clock in the morning, near the Florida Georgia line, and next to me pulls in Grigsby, which is he's a professional bass angler. His truck and his boat, and he goes in and buys a Mountain Dew, which is interesting because he's sponsored by Mountain Dew, so he likes the product that he's sponsored by. But they were heading to Florida to fish, so they start down there and they work their way up to the north to get things done. So definitely, yes, yeah, yep, and yeah, totally awesome. It's kind of weird experience in the wee hours of the morning while driving down to Florida. So um, yeah, and he didn't. The one awkward thing, like, is like, oh, I should take a picture. I should talk to him, but he had his hood up and he was trying to like hide from everybody. So that was kind of awkward. Other than like, hey, I read the name on the side of your boat. Pretty cool. But it was one of those things where it's like, oh, cool, it's a bass boat. And then you look and see it, and they had all the lines on it, and then it had his name on the side of it. Like, I know that guy. Like, I've seen you on TV. That's pretty cool. So, but yeah, challenge starts literally in a couple hours. Um, Looking forward to all the photos, all the videos, all this good stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun for everybody. Hopefully it grows our little community that we have for each one of us, and provide some great content. So with that, I'm going to sign off, get some rest, and hit it hard tomorrow. So hope that each one of you does the same. Hope that we all have a good time. Thanks for joining us on this live. And with that, we'll be getting updates starting tomorrow on where everybody sits. So excellent. Thank you, and we'll see you soon.